Alright, kindergarten. So I was outside yesterday when it was raining and it was kind of chilly, and out of the corner of my eye, my daughter and I, we were heading out to go check on the mail, and my daughter and I saw this beautiful tiny little butterfly, and it was this blue color butterfly, and it was absolutely beautiful. And so since we are learning about insects, I said to my daughter that we need to try and catch it. Now, I'm always very careful when I go to catch butterflies, because if you touch their wings, that is something that can really, really harm them. So you want to make sure that you're super gentle. And Mrs. Chinn has a very special net and a special little enclosure, because we would be raising butterflies so that we could go through the different life cycle. And you're going to get a chance. Hopefully you've seen Miss Moline's video. The kindergarten teacher at Proby, she is putting together that for us, because 32 butterflies came to her house, and that is super cool. In either case, there was a little blue butterfly in Mrs. Chinn's yard yesterday. So since it was cold, I decided to put it inside the net and put it inside the butterfly enclosure so that we could look closer at it and get a chance to figure out what type of butterfly it is. So I'm going to show you what that butterfly is, and then I'm also going to tell you a little bit about it using our bug book, and then set it free, because we want to make sure that it can live its life. Now that we've learned about it, it can go off and be free. All right, so here's the little blue butterfly that I caught yesterday. All right, so now this Lethbridge weather is not cooperating with me, kindergarten. It's starting to get a little bit breezy out here on Mrs. Chinn's deck. But I want to be able to show you this little blue butterfly that is inside this netting that I have. And I've used this for years to raise butterflies in our classroom. And then you can see that I've got some flowers there. And over on this side, I put in a little container that just has actually some Gatorade. Have you ever heard of that drink? They love Gatorade. So that's what kept the butterfly alive last night, so that I could show you and set it free here today. So I'm just going to open this up so we can have a better look at him, or her. Don't know if it's male or female, but I'm just going to put my camera in here like this, and you can see it is super tiny. And I wonder if I could get it to open up its wings. It's not really liking. I'm not going to touch him. This is on the outside. Now we might get a chance. It's hard to see his blue color, but if you saw him in the sunlight and when he opens his wings, you would see that this tiny little butterfly has blue on its wings. And I know it's upside down, but he's crawling upside down. So I wonder if I took a flower. Let's see if he'll crawl on the flower, this little guy. Let's see. Maybe, maybe not. Nope, and the wind is kind of blowing him, so I'll zip this back up. Or not. So we have two books in our house that we use lots. We use this one, it's called The Bugs of Alberta. So we live in Lethbridge, that's our city. But in our province, we live in the province of Alberta. And so this is Bugs of Alberta that I use a lot. And this one is Butterflies of Alberta. And you can tell by all these sticky notes up here, my daughter really likes to research about butterflies. And so we have used this book a lot. So I'm going to open this up, and we looked at it yesterday, and we did, after taking a look at them all, we figured out that this one was a skipper, a type of skipper butterfly. That was called a spring azure. Let me see if Mrs. Chinn can find it. I had it marked, but now the wind has kind of made it difficult out here on my deck. Let's see if I can find it. Nope. Does that one look like a blue one? No. Oh, let me see if it has an index in this book, and that would help me. It might. Let's see. I'm going to go to the back of the book, and we're going to look up to see if we can find the spring azure butterfly. Let's see. There it is. We have page 10, 20, 42, 72, and 73. I'm going to think that it's probably on page 42. Let's have a look. Flipping fast. Nope. Maybe 72 and 73. Let's try that. Good thing there's an index in the book. Yes, there it is. So my daughter and I went through this yesterday, this book yesterday, and we tried to match this butterfly with the type that we thought it was, and we thought that it looked just like the spring azure butterfly. And when we were reading about this, it was really interesting because it says that it is often that you see this butterfly, the azure, in May. No, I think it's time to put Mrs. Chinn's umbrella down. It's starting to get windy. But you start to see this butterfly in May. And so it's one of the first ones. And so you can find it throughout the province in parks and gardens, and obviously in the southern half of Alberta, that's where we are. And it is obviously in Mrs. Chinn's yard. All right, so it's getting super windy here this afternoon. So I'm just going to open this up, and I'm hoping that this little butterfly, not even sure where he went. Okay, maybe he's already flew out. I just opened it up. Where did he go? Do you see him in there? Maybe he's an escapee. All right, that butterfly is an escapee. You saw it, I opened it up, and it just disappeared. Like, it has flown out and it wanted to be set free so bad. So that's great. I'm glad that it's off living its life. I wanted to video it, but Mrs. Chinn couldn't really do it with one hand and opening it up. So away it went. Kindergarten, I have another exciting little video. I was on a call with our whole kindergarten team and with Mr. Gentile and Mrs. Croyle, and I was sitting outside because I've been videoing bugs for you, and I looked across my table and I didn't see a bug out here. I saw something that doesn't have 6 legs. It has 8 legs. Do you know something that has 8 legs? Yeah, it was an arachnid. It was a spider. I saw a spider. And guess what? It wasn't just a spider that I saw first. It was actually a fly that I saw first. And this tiny little bug, or this tiny little fly, don't know what type of fly, flew into the web. Then, guess what? It kind of moved the web. Like, it kind of jiggled it a little bit, and that told the spider to come out right away. And the spider came out and then grabbed the fly and took the spider web and wrapped it around and then hauled him off so that he could save him to eat later. So I put my call on hold. I said, Mr. Gentile, just wait a minute. I have to video this for my kindergarten class. And I said, Mrs. Croyle, just wait. And Senior Morton and Miss Gordon, just wait a minute. And so I paused it and I took out my phone really quick and I videoed almost all of it. I didn't get the fly coming in, obviously, but I did video the spider coming out, and so that he could come and eat the fly, or at least wrap it up in his web so that he could eat it for later. And if you know Mrs. Chinn, I'm not a big fan of spiders, so sometimes you kind of set your fears aside and you can do it. So Mrs. Chinn was brave today to video that spider for you. Talk to you soon.